Hey, Asimaz Reviews here, and today it's the review of SpiderMan Far From Home, the latest, the 23rd movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the first after Avengers Endgame, and the second Spider-Man movie for the MCU. So, first off, I might as well say what I thought of SpiderMan Homecoming, which is the previous one. Honestly, I thought it was a really good movie. I really enjoyed watching Tom Holland play Tom Holland's Peter Parker. He did really well in it. Great, and Michael Keaton was a great villain. And yeah, it was a really good Spider-Man movie. But I wouldn't say it was my favorite. I think I much rather watch Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I think Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is the better Spider-Man movie overall. But I think watching Tom Holland play as Peter Parker was. Tom Holland is the best Peter Parker, but the best Spider-Man movie, I think, is Into the Spider-Verse. So along comes Far From Home, which is set after Avengers Endgame. Now, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen Avengers Endgame yet, I'm going to reveal what happens at the end. Well, at least one thing. Because at the end of Avengers Endgame, Tony Stark dies. Yep, he's dead. And you're reminded of that fact quite a lot in Far From Home, as it's a major theme for Peter Parker in this. So let's carry on. So, after the events of the snap, which, as you know, Spider-Man was a victim of, and after after the snap was reversed, I should say, well, Hulk was responsible for reversing the snap, so anyway, Peter Parker's school has now, well, pretty much all over the world is now renamed it the Blip, as for those who died a few years ago now been brought back to life. Yeah, there was a time jump in Avengers Endgame, but move on. So Parker is now going on vacation and just wants to not worry about being Spider-Man, but instead just try and hang out with the people, try and have a good time and tell the girl that he loves, MJ, played by Zendaya, how he really feels about him. But unfortunately, it doesn't last for long, as Nick Fury, played once again by Samuel L. Jackson, pulls Spider-Man into helping him out with dealing with the elementals. Four elemental creatures that are destroying the Earth. With the help of Quentin Beck, aka Mysterio, Spider-Man must save Europe and the whole world from these new foes. So, but of course, if you know Mysterio, he's got other motives. So yeah, what do I think of it? Well, first off, I love the story. I think the story's brilliant. The writing's also really good too. I mean, every time Tom Holland does really well in this and does really well as Peter Parker, because I feel like the dialogue he's given works out so well for him. And to be honest, the cast is amazing. As I said, Holland was my favorite Spider-Man. Zendaya is great. Samuel L. Jackson is perfect, and even the actor for Mysterio is pretty good too. In fact, all the actors in this are handled pretty well. We even get, for all you Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy fans, J.K. Simmons returns as J. Jonah Jameson for a brief scene, and that's really nice. The action is all handled well. I mean, I especially love the climax. We also get to see Tony Stark's bodyguard, Happy Hogan, played once again by John Favreau, and he's handled well in this too. The humor, as I said, love the humor, really, really good. And the effects are really good as well. The elementals look absolutely perfect. And a little bit of a twist with the elementals happens in this, and even when you find out that twist, it is handled the effects still look pretty good. Any problems? I have two. Well, I find Mysterio's backstory in this not the best. I don't really find his backstory that bad, but I don't know. I was hoping for a little bit something different, to be honest. And one person who's helping Mysterio out might just happen to be someone who helped Obadiah Stane in Iron Man 1, and yeah, okay, maybe I should have, maybe that sort of spoiled a bit about Mysterio's backstory a little bit, but I don't know. I don't think I really need to see that tie into Iron Man 1. I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm just saying. Maybe they could have not done that. But in the meantime, what do I think of it overall? Honestly, I like it. I think it's better than Homecoming. It's my favorite of the MCU Spider-Man movies by far. I still prefer Into the Spider-Verse, but this is a close second by far. What I'm going to give it? I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 hat stars. You definitely should see it. And if you're worried about what the MCU is going to do in the future after Avengers Endgame, this should help ease your nerves. It's a really good movie. So, as we wait for what comes next with the MCU, we still don't know what else is on the way outside of sequels to Doctor Strange, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and as well as a Black Panther sequel. And we have heard stuff about the Eternals and Shang-Chi. And who knows, maybe there's... And of course we got shows with Hawkeye, Falcon, Winter Soldier, Loki, Vision, and Scarlet Witch. So, who knows what's coming up in the future. Oh yeah, we've also got Adam Warlock on his way as well. So, we just got to figure out, we just got to wait and see what's coming out next. What's next for the MCU. So, and plus, we do get a tease of what Nick Fury is planning to do now, so that's all good, but we just got to wait. So in the meantime, as we wait for what's coming out next, all I can say is, this is Hazardous Reviews out, and I'll see you for my next review. Bye.